The way that we're going to get to peace is to focus on the future.
Vice President Vance is speaking in Israel a short time ago. He is there to meet with Prime Minister Netanyahu to reaffirm President Trump's peace deal, which right now is on shaky ground. About 200 U.S. troops have been deployed to Israel to oversee the ceasefire using surveillance drones and reports from international organizations. NewsNation's Hannah Brandt is following these developments, is live for us in Washington. Hannah, the vice president really sent on a mission to keep the peace.
Nichole, that's absolutely right. We're seeing these high-level meetings happening in Israel today with those administration officials, which really show the administration trying to solidify this peace agreement in the Middle East. Vice President Vance landing in Israel just this morning. We've got Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff and the president's son-in-law Jared Kushner, who were already there a day prior. And we heard from all three of them just a short while ago. They gave an update on how they're working to implement this peace agreement. Now, this visit from those three leaders comes after the ceasefire faced a major test over the weekend when renewed fighting broke out between Israel and Hamas. Despite that clash, though, the vice president saying he feels pretty good about where things stand right now. Listen to what he said.
What we've seen the past week gives me great optimism the ceasefire is going to hold. And if we get from where we were a week ago to a long-term, durable peace between Israel and Gaza, there are going to be hills and valleys. There are going to be moments where it looks like things aren't going particularly well. But given that, and given the history of conflict, I think that everybody should be proud of where we are today.
The vice president says a key part of the next steps of this peace process include the new Civilian Military Coordination Center, which he highlighted the opening of today. Now, this center is really the headquarters of the U.S.-led mission to oversee this ceasefire. There are 200 U.S. troops at that center staffing it, but they are not expected to go into Gaza or be part of any fighting. Vance shared really the next major focus in this peace plan is setting up an international security force in Gaza. Right now, we do know that Egypt is leading training of Palestinian police forces to provide some security, but exactly what this international force looks like in the long term is really still up in the air, though we know President Trump has repeatedly said he's not going to deploy U.S. troops to Gaza for enforcement. In a post this morning, though, we heard from the president about this issue. He wrote numerous American allies in the Middle East are asking him to send forces to Gaza to, in his words, straighten out Hamas. But he writes in that post, quote, "I told these countries and Israel, not yet. There is still hope that Hamas will do what is right. If they do not, an end to Hamas will be fast, furious, and brutal." Now, Vance, when asked about this, said the administration is not going to put a firm deadline on when Hamas has to disarm or face the consequences that the president is talking about, Nichole.
Right, and Hannah, we know the hostages have been at the center of all of this, all of the negotiations. Hamas has still not returned all of the bodies. What is the latest there?
Yeah, that's right. And Vice President Vance sharing that there are still 15 bodies of hostages that have yet to be returned by Hamas. That's about half of the deceased hostages they're believed to have. Now, this is a focus of the Trump administration. We saw just earlier today both Witkoff and Kushner meeting with some of the hostage families. Vance is also expected to do the same. The administration says they feel that they are making progress with that and getting the remains of these hostages returned back to these Israeli families. But from the Hamas perspective, Hamas has said that there's difficulty in this because of the destruction of Gaza and the ongoing presence of the Israeli military. They say that's really slowing down the pace of these returns, although Hamas just recently said they did recover 2 more Israeli hostage bodies, and they have plans to return them tonight, Nichole.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.